To 99% of the world, this is just a pile of rusty junk. But to a specific psychological personality type, this is a time machine waiting to be built.
You see this pile of junk? Most people would walk right past it. But some people stop. They see a priceless treasure waiting to be unlocked. These are the people who restore classic cars. In a world obsessed with new, fast, disposable things, they choose to do the impossible. They are keepers of history and masters of patience. But what makes someone spend years, maybe even decades, and all of their money to bring a pile of rust back from the dead? Why would anyone give up their weekends and their sanity for the smell of grease and a resurrected engine? This isn't just a hobby, it's an insane psychological drive. This is the psychology of the restorer. Picture this, it's the middle of the night. This guy, we'll call him Frank, is in his garage, staring at the literal skeleton of a car. A machine that hasn't been on a road in 30 years. His hands are destroyed, and on his workbench is one single part that took him 6 months to find. To anyone else, this looks like self-inflicted torture. A frustrating, endless money pit of an obsession. But for Frank, this garage is a sanctuary. This pile of rust is his personal antidote to the modern world. Life today is a blur of notifications, trends that last 5 minutes, and pressure to always have the newest thing. We live in a disposable culture. The restorer is staging a rebellion. They're choosing substance over speed and permanence over convenience. The personality of a restorer is not a casual interest. Psychologists found people who do this have insane levels of a trait called conscientiousness. They are meticulous, obsessed with detail, and have a stubbornness that is almost superhuman. Where most people would give up, the restorer just goes harder. They don't just put up with a slow, painful process, they love it. The joy isn't a quick win, it's finding meaning through extreme effort. Getting deep into the guts of a machine isn't just about patience, it's about a human need for control. The outside world is chaotic and unpredictable, but inside the garage, the restorer controls everything. Every bolt has a place, every wire has a purpose, every problem has a solution, even if it takes a year to find. This garage becomes their kingdom, where they are in complete charge. They decide the exact shade of the paint, the feel of the seats, the specific roar of the engine. That sense of power is incredible. Study after study has shown that having control over your environment is a massive predictor of mental health. For many, the garage isn't an escape from life, it's where they finally make sense of it. This is also the perfect place to achieve total mastery. Restorers aren't doing this for applause. They're driven by the quiet confidence that comes from solving a truly impossible problem. To bring a classic car back to life, you can't just be a mechanic. You have to be an engineer, an electrician, a chemist, a historian, and an artist all at once. You have to slow down, question everything, and learn to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be. Of course, we have to talk about nostalgia. But it's not just some simple longing for the good old days. For a restorer, nostalgia is how they build their identity. That 1967 Mustang isn't just a car. It might be the exact model their father drove, a physical link to someone they lost. Rebuilding it becomes a way to have conversations they never got to have. Every hour spent working on it is a way to process a powerful emotion. The car becomes a silent partner. It doesn't judge you, it doesn't rush you, it just waits. Psychologists say nostalgia can boost our mood and make us feel more connected to ourselves. By saving this piece of history, the restorer is reinforcing their own story. This hobby becomes their entire identity. In a world where status is your job title or how much money you make, the classic car community has a totally different value system. Here, respect is earned through knowledge, skill, and pure dedication. The person who can diagnose a 50-year-old electrical problem is a legend, more respected than a CEO. It gives them a powerful sense of belonging, all built around saving history. Let's be crystal clear. This work is brutal. There are dark nights filled with doubt, where the project feels like a black hole, swallowing time, money, and energy. There are moments of wanting to quit, to sell it all for scrap and just get a normal life back. This is the battle every restorer fights. The part of them that wants comfort versus the part that needs purpose. They push through busted knuckles, gut-wrenching setbacks, and the insane search for a part that hasn't been made in 50 years. They survive by breaking the project into thousands of tiny victories. A clean part, a bolt that finally breaks free, giving them just enough fuel to keep going. And then, after years of this struggle, comes the ultimate moment. The final boss of this entire psychological journey. It's not the first car show. It's not the first drive. It's the first start. The fuel lines are connected. The battery is charged. You can feel the tension in the air. The restorer gets into the driver's seat for the first time in decades. They turn the key. The engine sputters. It coughs. It fights. And then, with a deafening roar, it explodes back to life. It's a sound that shakes the entire garage. It is the sound of pure victory, of resurrection. In that moment, you realize it was never about the metal or the chrome. It was about this. The ultimate proof that something broken can be made whole again, that what was lost can be found, and that with enough purpose, even the dead can be brought back to life. But here's the absolute craziest part. After the first start, after the car is finally perfect, a strange emptiness hits them, because the ultimate reward was never about the finished product. It was about the process, the journey, the slow transformation from rust to glory. What they were really addicted to was the purpose. And that's why a true restorer is never finished. As soon as one project is done, their eyes are already searching for the next forgotten wreck, the next story that needs to be told. In the end, restoring a classic car is like writing your life story in steel and oil. It's a statement that craftsmanship still matters. It's proof that some things are worth saving, that our history defines us, and that the deepest satisfaction comes not from what we buy, but from what we rebuild. The car was and always will be just the vehicle for their own transformation. If you believe that some things are worth the insane time and effort to save, and you want more deep dives into the psychology behind the world's greatest passions, smash that subscribe button. We'd love to have you in the community.